Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making pressure cooker beef barley soup. Alright guys, I'm starting out here with some top sirloin steak. This is about 1.5 pounds. I trimmed the excess fat off. I cut it into little chunks and seasoned it with salt and pepper. I made sure to pat it dry with a paper towel before I cut it up because when we brown this in our pressure cooker on a saute setting, we don't want it to steam, and we're going to do it in 2 batches. Okay, now I have my pressure cooker set on a saute sear setting and it's good and hot. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil in here. And like I said, we're going to get this steak in here. Use any kind of beef you like in the pressure cooker because it's going to get good and tender. So you can use a cheaper cut of beef, pot roast, whatever. I'm going to get this in here in 2 batches, maybe 3, and I'm going to brown it up, get a good nice sear on it. Right now that my beef's all browned up, I have a little bit of beef juice in here and that olive oil I put in. I have 1 medium onion. I diced it. We're going to get that in there. And yeah guys, I diced this on my bloody meat mat, but you know what? The heat in the pressure cooker will kill any bacteria, so you don't need to worry about that. And to that I'm going to add a tablespoon of dry thyme. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to saute those onions for a few minutes until they start to turn translucent. Right now that my onions are done sauteing, they're still in there, I added 8 cups of water. Now I'm going to be using better than bouillon roasted beef flavor, but you can use beef broth or beef stock for this. I have 8 cups of water, so I need to put 8 teaspoons of beef base in. And Dexter's all wound up today, guys. He's happy we're cooking beef. So there goes 4. And you can adjust your seasonings later on in the cooking. I'm not adding any salt or anything to this because I'm not sure how salty it's going to get from the beef base. We'll let this go, and after it's done pressure cooking, we'll taste it for salt, because that beef base is pretty salty on its own. I'm going to give this a stir. Now that's not completely dissolved in there, but as this pressure cooks, that will dissolve because my water's cool. I'm going to get my beef chunks back in. And I gave a little taste on them. I should have kept that plate for my spoon on, but oh well. And they're pretty tasty themselves. Now I have some barley here. This isn't the quick barley, it's regular barley. You don't want to use quick barley for this in a pressure cooker because it'll get done too quick. I'm going to get my measuring cup, and I'm going to put about 1 cup of barley in here. Alright, Dexter. He's all wound up, guys. I don't know whether it was the fireworks all last night going off, or I was listening to Kool and the Gang on my Alexa, or he's just happy we're cooking beef. I'm going to get my lid on here, make sure I'm set on seal. I'm going to set this pressure cook for 20 minutes on high pressure. After my 20 minutes, I'm going to do a quick release of the pressure. Alright guys, my 20 minutes is up. I did that quick release of the pressure. Now to this I have turned on saute high again. That's why it's coming to a boil. I'm going to add 1 cup of water with 2 packs of this instant gravy mix in. That's going to help thicken up our broth just a little bit and add extra flavor. And I have 3 cans of mixed vegetables. I'm going to add them in juice and all. If you want to put in fresh or frozen vegetables, after your Instant Pot goes for about 12 minutes, I would release the pressure adding your vegetables and give it another 8 minutes with your meat. But we're taking the easy way out. And I'm adding that juice in because that juice picked up some of the vegetable flavor. That's going to help season our soup. So I'm going to get my vegetables down in there. Give this a stir. And I'm going to allow this to cook on saute high for a few minutes until it heats up and the vegetables cook through a little bit. You get some of that vegetable flavor. I'm going to also taste it for salt. And I'm going to add in a little bit of parsley. Parsley is mostly for color, adds a little bit of flavor. And this a stir to get that down in there. You don't want to put your parsley in the beginning because it's going to pressure cook all up to the top of the pot and you'll lose it anyways. Let me go ahead and taste this. The spoon I didn't eat off. I used that for the beef base. Give this a taste. Needs just a little more salt. So I'm going to give it about a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to allow this to come to a boil. I'm going to allow it to cook for a few minutes. Then it'll be ready to go. Alright, my soup went for about 5 minutes. It's ready to go. Let's go ahead and fix up a bowl and see what we got. Alright guys, let me get in here and give this a try. Now the beauty about this is you don't heat your kitchen up with the stove because you're using a pressure cooker. But unfortunately my kitchen is heated up because I had to run the oven because the snoops in the house that won't eat the soup had chicken tenders and tater tots. That's really good. And anybody who thinks that the canned vegetables aren't any good, they picked up that beef flavor. They have a good vegetable flavor. Barley's tender. And that broth has a good beef flavor, guys. That better than bouillon is awesome. And then you have that gravy mix that enhances it. And I added just that little bit of salt in there, and this is perfect. You pick up on that thyme. That beef is fall apart tender, juicy, really delicious. Alright, there you have it. Pressure cooker beef barley soup.